earlier today, we talked to the state system, and one of the questions that I had asked them dealt with the fact of the cost of education, and I'm sure you'll hear that through a number of questions. Also, as well, yesterday we had FIA with college indebtedness and student indebtedness once they leave the campuses. The ability for us to take a look, the College Board that ranks all of our colleges on fees and tuition and that go through it, basically came back and said that Pennsylvania looks as on average very expensive at $14,900 versus Ohio at 11, New Jersey at 14, Maryland at 10, Delaware at 13, and West Virginia at 8. But the reason that Pennsylvania is so high is because of three of the schools that are sitting here, because they're state affiliated with Temple, Penn State, and Pitt having 16,000, Penn State having 18,000, and Pitt 19, and Temple having 11. Pashy's at 10. So my question is, why is it that your tuition is higher than the state system?
Well, there's a lot of different reasons. We're very different institutions.
And I recognize that. I'm just trying to understand that our students' debt going in and the education that they receive, I'm trying to understand the differences.
Yeah, so one of the key things, and look, I don't want to say anything negative about anybody else, but the population in this state wants to have a very high quality education. And so students go to the institutions, and their parents want them to go to institutions that are nationally ranked. It completely changes what their career opportunities are in life. And so we're sitting here with very fine universities for which we're nationally ranked. And nationally ranked means that we have a comprehensive programs, comprehensive faculty, and we seek to have the best and the brightest teaching our students. And this is the reason why Penn State, despite the fact that it has relatively high tuition, why we had 132,000 people apply to come to Penn State last year, because they're attracted to quality. And it is absolutely essential, in my viewpoint, if Pennsylvania is going to prevent a brain drain, which already occurs, you have to have very high quality institutions in this state. What you really need is a variety of choices. You need to have strong community colleges, you need to have strong state schools, you need to have strong programs that are related to technology, and you have to have the very high-end institutions. And you cannot have those high-end institutions if you do not have strong state support. You cannot have those very strong institutions without having a premium to be there. So,
and can I ask what is, and I apologize because there's four of you, but to ask questions, is the ability for us to turn that around and say that it is, in order to get quality, we have to pay more?
Absolutely.
What are we getting? And what my question is, what are we getting for that additional cost?
So you get students that can involve themselves in very high-end research and go on and do remarkable things. You have
and I'm not doubting the education. I'm simply saying, what is it that so research, they get more ability to do research?
It's the research capability. It's a depth of programs.
Okay.
So, for example, Penn State consistently, according to the Wall Street Journal and another recent poll, consistently has been the top 5 where corporate recruiters come.
Okay.
So what that means is they're looking at a business school that is very high quality, has a great reputation, great students. They see the other types of programs that are in there, a meteorology program that's one of the best in the world, material sciences, which is one of the critical things for this nation to advance in material sciences. Our students can get this experience right when they walk in the door. This requires very high-end laboratories, a considerable investment, and a considerable investment in faculty. So they're getting great jobs at the other. Siemens USA, we're number 1 and 2 in terms of their new employees. GE, we're 1 or 2 in terms of their new employees.
To job recruitment.
We're giving students the opportunity to go have first-end jobs. We're
Okay.
giving them the opportunity to go to Wall Street. Mm-hmm. And if you do not have very high-end institutions, That's not going to happen.
Okay. And Pittsburgh, do you have the highest?
Yeah, I think, there's two things. So one is when you're competing on quality, some of the costs are higher. So the diversity of programs you have, some of the specialized education, the small classrooms, and some of the competitive faculty. But the other, I think, component when you compare us to the state system is that the state system is, as a percentage of their total revenue, it's being supported to a greater fraction than the state-related. So setting aside the cost differences, more of our costs are onto the students and families than borne by the state. And that just has to do with historic patterns of support over time.
Okay. And my time is up, so thank you very much.
Anybody else want to respond to that question? I'll be there right after you want.
Temple and Lincoln.
Well, I mean, certainly, I know our budget, and I know the kinds of things that put pressure on a budget are comprehensiveness, as has already been talked about, quality, obviously, also the range of services that are provided to our students, directly to our students. For example, we have invested very heavily in advising so that it's part of our fly-in 4. If we can get our students to graduate more quickly. We had 300 students who graduated even in fewer than 4 years. And so that range of services definitely is costly.
Okay. Thank you.